Good morning. Take my cough drop out of my mouth. Hold on 1 second here. Honey, can you grab me a cup of coffee? I forgot to grab my coffee. Holy moly, I forgot my coffee. Can't have that. And I'm in the other room now. Ought to be a law. I still got this glare on my glasses. I need a new set of glasses. That's all there is to it. How you doing today? It's Mike Cook coming to you live from Central Missouri. It is approximately 8:34 a.m. on 2/12/21. I think it's the year that everything gets revealed. All right, a nice steaming hot cup of coffee. I hope you got one right here. Look at that. I hope you got one yourself. Get started in the morning with a good cup of Joe. There's nothing like it. You know, first time I started drinking coffee, I was in the Army. Army coffee was they'd boil a big, huge pot of water. They'd pour in the coffee grounds and stir it up, let it settle. Just didn't be the last one to get coffee. It was all right. So I hope you guys are having a great day today. Oh, that's warm. Yes, sir. You know, it's like 1 degree outside right now. Everything's frozen. And I'm waiting for springtime because in springtime there will be joy, so I hear. I'm waiting for the joy. But some interesting stuff are going to happen first. And so they're having the trial going on right now to remove the president, the former president, who's already not there. Whatever. They're having their trial again. They're having their circle back moment. They got to circle back to that because they don't know what else to do. So they got to get rid of the orange bad man, and he's still hanging around. It's like they're suffering. It's like they're having withdrawals. They can't stand not having the orange mad bad around to talk about. And he's not tweeting no more because they've kicked him off of there, and he's not on Facebook no more because they've kicked him off of there, and they just don't know what to do. It's like, oh my God, he's out playing golf, but he didn't say anything. Oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We gotta circle back around to the impeachment for something that didn't happen. So there's a whole lot going on today, guys. Some good videos I want to share with y'all. But something I noticed, so some people have been saying it to me. I noticed that Santa Surfer talked about it. I noticed that X22 talked about it. I know that Brad Barton talked about it. That people are starting to say, I've had enough. I'm going to sit this thing out. I can't take this anymore. There's so much going on. I'm overwhelmed, and I don't see anything happening, and I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something, my friends. Brad Barton last night said you can't sit this out because it's going to come for you no matter what you do, and I agree with that. And if you're struggling and you're not having enough faith, and you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Look, I'm saying what I say on purpose. Donald Trump's not going to save us. The military's not going to save us. Number 17 ain't going to save us. There isn't a group of people out there that's going to save us. It's God. Have faith in God. Have faith that He orchestrates the affairs of men. That He alone is going to take care of this. And it's coming in a mighty way. It's been promised. It's coming. I played, go back and watch a couple of videos where I played Camp Commit and watch that. It's coming, my friends. It's coming. Be prepared. So while you're watching this, make sure that you go over to the UBTubies. You follow me over there. There's my handle on UBTubies. And over to the Rumbles. And if you're on the UBTubies, make sure right now you subscribed and hit the little bell button so you know I'm there. And share the video. Got to get look, I try to be uplifting, and I try to not chase too many conspiracies, although I'll hint at them. I want you to go out and find the conspiracies for yourself. But I try to be uplifting, and I try to give hope, because that's what we need right now is hope. And so other people need to hear hope. So share my videos. Facebook has squashed me. I went from 40,000 views on videos to a couple thousand views on videos. And people aren't seeing the videos. They aren't organically sharing these videos like they used to. They got to squash my voice and voices like me because, well, they need us out of the way. You know, they need to clear us out. Once they finish consolidating power in D.C., if they succeed, they will completely crush voices like mine because they got to eliminate that side of the argument. So follow me on the UBTubies, follow me on the Rumbles, because I might not be here for very long. They might make me disappear here. As long as they don't, then you know what? I'm ready to go. Anytime they want to take me out. I'm ready to go. Don't make no difference to me. So we got all kinds of stuff going on in the news today. One of the things that I found interesting is that they've been sharing this meme's been going around on the left, and they're saying that in 1944, Germany, you know, the Jews behind the wire is just like America under Trump. See that picture right there? Yeah, that's interesting that they did that, because it was actually this photo that they showed. See the similarities there? Look at it. Look at that photo. See that? See how that works? Yeah. The problem is that this photo is from 2010, and it's actually Palestinian children waiting to get some food at a food kitchen. Huh. But, you know, I find it amazing that they got them little Mexican kids to pose just like them Palestinian kids. I don't know how they did that. It's amazing to me. So all this is going on in the news right now, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? So I saw this video. Santa Surfer put it up, and I'm going to go ahead and see. We'll put this video up, push the right button here. There we go. Go ahead and play this video, honey. Maybe. We'll get it going here in a second.
Start with a virus. Import it into America. Talk about it nonstop. Call some governors. Not them. That's your guys. Put patients into nursing homes. Kill thousands. Blame the president. Keep blaming. Blame some more. Lock down small business. Kill the economy. Push mail-in voting. Stoke a race war. Call for riots. Pick a candidate. No, not her. Yeah, that's more like it. Lock him in his basement. Shield him from the press. Don't cover this. Don't cover this. Don't cover this. Keep doing that. Ignore the economic recovery. Downplay the world peace. Pump the pulse. Pump. Don't stop pumping. Install your software in swing states. That was fast. Take control of polling stations. Call off the election when you're losing. Kick everyone out. Pull out all the extra ballots. Get the software to do its thing. Get the media to say it's over. Call the big tech guys. Ban anyone who notices. Act like the whole thing never happened. Stealing the most powerful republic in the world. It's that easy.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest.
Peaceful protester.
They were dressed as Trump supporters. I heard him say, we got to shake this up so that these people look bad.
Our democracy is under unprecedented assault. This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It borders on sedition.
Third straight night, Portland police declared a riot.
The vast majority of the protests have been peaceful.
Over the weekend, 59 officers injured and 47 people arrested.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announcing a proposal to cut $1 billion from the New York City Police Department.
We need to completely dismantle the Minneapolis Police Department.
The domestic enemies are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Flames rip through the lower level of St. John's Church.
And as you can see, there's definitely a fire here.
It's burning right now in the Fairfax district.
protesters confronted Republican Senator Rand Paul. These people are caring about nothing.
There you have it, folks. I muted my mic and I thought I unmuted it. There you have it. This is what's going on. This is the movie that's being played before our eyes. And as they're sitting down there in the Capitol, impeaching the president, impeach, but nay, impeach, but no, for the second time in a row, even though he's not even president, is he? They orchestrated the steal of an election. Oh, you're not supposed to say that. You can't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. They'll deplatform you. Why is it they don't want us to say that? I mean, if it's just some crackpot conspiracy theory that has no merits, wouldn't it just die? You know, they took the disciples of Jesus, and this just popped in my head, and they beat them, and they put him in prison, and then when they released him, they said, look, don't talk about that guy no more. We can't have you talking about that risen savior of yours, some crackpot conspiracy theory. Why are they so afraid of us talking about it? Why were they so afraid about him talking about him? Maybe they knew a little more than they're letting on their crackpot conspiracy theories. Here's something that I caught that somebody tweeted out. This is the Department of Defense, and they're saying that every single person, no matter their gender identity, sexual orientation, race, religion, background, deserves to feel safe, blah, 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 blah. But as they pointed out the little circle right there, they said, did the DOJ just quote Joe as VP? What? At VP, they quoted Joe Biden. It says President Joseph R. Biden as VP. Maybe these people know something we don't know. Maybe we're not privy to all the information just yet. So what's going on? Why are we having all this happen all of a sudden? So here's some more video of the hearings the other day. Go ahead and play this next video.
Donald Trump committed a massive crime against our Constitution and our people, and the worst violation of the presidential oath of office in the history of the United States of America.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
By telling the mob that their election had been stolen from them. I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified. Even then, after that vicious attack, he continued to spread the big lie.
I think it's also critical to understand you can run the best campaign and you can have the election stolen from you.
You need to share this video with everybody you know.
Cultivating a base of people who were violent. Praising that violence.
And everyone beware. They're not going to let up, and they should not.
And he still gave that marching orders and, quote, fight like hell.
Democrats are going to fight like hell.
We're going to fight like hell.
We'll fight like hell. We'll fight like hell.
But can you imagine telling your supporters that the only way you could possibly lose is if an American election was rigged and stolen from you?
And you can have the election stolen from you.
And ask yourself whether you've ever seen anyone at any level of government make the same claim about their own election.
And you can have the election stolen from you.
And in the months the President made these statements, people listened. Armed supporters surrounded election officials' homes. The Secretary of State for Georgia got death threats.
And they were shouting threats, to us to kill us. We cannot go outside now. It's become so dangerous for us.
When he saw firsthand the violence that his conduct was creating.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
He didn't condemn the violence, incited it further.
They're not going to let up, and they should not.
They're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should have violence, and it should continue. So what's going on here? Why are we having this impeachment trial? Are we having this impeachment trial to impeach the president, or are we having this impeachment trial because the hypocrisy of the people providing the impeachment trial needs to be brought out? Kim Clement said that the Lord said, Time magazine will say what I want them to say. The View will say what I want them to say. CNN will say what I want them to say. These people are condemning their own very words as they're standing down there and they're trying to condemn this president. They're condemning their own very words that they say. It's crazy to think that the words that they say, they're condemning. Put a cough drop back in my mouth because I'm over here choking on myself. I apologize. I got this upper respiratory thing going on. It's not the COVID. Those coronis, they can't get me. I'm too tough. So here's another, just a little video. I'm just playing a few things that I want you to see to understand the context of where this impeachment trial is happening. And these people are not accusing the president. They're accusing themselves. And when this is all unfolded and unpackaged before the American people, I believe God is doing this. Not the Democrats, not the Republicans. So here's another video. Just watch this real quick little TikTok video. Go ahead, play. Oh, wait. Start it over. I had you muted. Can you just grab it and start it over? I was getting an echo, so I muted it. Okay, here we go. Try it again.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
Just open the gates and let them in. Just go play again.
With protesters. Oh, there we go.
See that? So the police are now coming out and saying, no, it's not our fault. We asked for help and we didn't get it. No. Who gave the orders to open those gates, Nancy? Who gave the orders to open the doors and let the rioters in? How come all of the people that have been arrested aren't MAGA people? They're actually like Antifa and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. Are you working with them? What's on your laptop, Nancy? Have we seen that yet? It just seems to me like maybe we're not getting the entire story here, or maybe we are. You know, this thing's really starting to fall apart. It's really a giant clown show. Today at noon, the defense gets to speak. I'm very curious of what they're going to do. And I know what I would do. I'd be merciless. I'd hammer these suckers. I'd play all these videos I'm playing for you. I would just hammer these dudes. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So here's another video. Go ahead and play this one. Let me unmute it. Is it playing?
You saw Donald Trump tweet endless attacks, sometimes 108 tweets in a day. And in public speeches and across rallies, repeating words of fight and stop the steal and never surrender. You know what it looks like when President Trump wants to convey a message. Forcefully, loudly, and repeatedly, he does that. This video sent after a week of the attack was not that. And we know this because in this video, he again does not show remorse, does not take responsibility. He again does not acknowledge his role in the insurrection. He does not say in that video, for example, everything I said in the months prior went too far. And he does not say the one sentence that matters. He does not say the one sentence that would stop future political violence. The election was not stolen. He still hasn't said that sentence. That is why National Guard troops in full body armor still patrol outside.
So what this is all about, this is the closing arguments of the House managers. What this is all about, mind you, understand what he just said. What this is all about is that Donald Trump has not conceded this election, has not said that the election wasn't rigged. Donald Trump still stands firm that this election was rigged, and that is why all those troops are surrounding the Capitol. It's because they're scared of you. Because they're scared of the American people. Now, I've mentioned this many a times in many of my videos that I can remember watching C-SPAN way back when I was in the Army, way back 20, 30 years ago. And I remember some politicians standing up remember they used to do on C-SPAN, they used to do the House, and get down there and you got 5 minutes to speak, and you can sit there on C-SPAN and watch for hours as boring as it could be. I remember sitting in the day room when I was in the Army, watching the big there wasn't a flat screen, it was a big projection screen TV back in those days. We didn't have these flat screens. And this guy was down there and he was giving his 5-minute speech and he said, I'm scared to go down the street in my hometown because everybody's armed and I might make a decision up here that will affect them and they might get mad and do something to me. Well, my friends, yes, exactly right. The Congress people, the senators, the governors, the elected officials should be afraid of the people that put them in office because that's the way our country was designed from the beginning. When they sent out the Declaration of Independence, it said that the kings, whoever, derive their authority from the governed. That's us. They're scared to death because they know that this election was rigged. They know that it was stolen. They know that they did it. They know that there's evidence. That's why they're trying to squash it. They know that there's court hearings coming up before the Supreme Court from these several states. They know that those guys down in Arizona are about to get arrested and they're going to get their hands on the evidence. They know that this whole thing is falling apart. They know what just happened in Myanmar. They know that they're in trouble. And they need Donald J. Trump to concede. And that's what this is all about. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy this man. They're trying to destroy you. They're trying to destroy your will to fight. They're trying to destroy your courage. They're trying to beat you. They're trying to deplatform you. They're trying to take the speakers like me off that are willing to stand up and put it out there and hang it on the line. They're trying to take out all the other ones. I mean, I'm a small fish compared to some of the others, but they'll get to me. And then they'll get to you. That's what this is all about. They know they stole it. You see, Hillary Clinton was so 100% confirmed positive that Donald Trump stole the election in 2016 because she'd already stole it. That's how come it was a 99% chance that she'd win. That 1% chance was if Donald Trump stole it back. I can't believe that happened. See what happened? Y'all messed up the algorithm. And he was about to do it again until they stopped counting in the middle of the night and they had to come up with the spread. Listen to me. Share this with everybody. This part right here is very important. Share this with everybody. If we don't do anything, if we don't change anything in the next 2 years before the midterm elections, we need to do this right here. Listen to me, Republican leadership at the state level, at the county level. Listen to my words right now. If you control a Republican district and you're the comptroller of the person in charge of the elections, Do not turn your numbers in to the last, whatever the law says is the last minute, whether it's that night, the next day, a week later, a month later. Do not turn your numbers in. Do not turn your numbers in to the very. Everybody who's hearing my voice right now, echo what I'm saying. Repeat this. Go down to your county level, to your county clerk, to whoever's in charge of your election. Say, do not turn your numbers in till the last minute, because they're going to steal it again. That we've accepted a stolen election. We're okay with it. We got to move along. We've all got to come together. You know, we've all got to come together to a reunited States of America with a little Chinese star right in the middle. And all y'all bitching about my flag, that flag ain't going down because we've been taken over by a Chinese, sold out by billions of dollars president, faux president, and his whole vice president. And unless we do something, unless we stand up and fight, and this is one means that we can do it, is we don't turn those counts in until the very last second, because then they won't know what the spread is to cheat. Why is it that all these blue counties, in Missouri, we got Kansas City, St. Louis, Springfield, and Columbia, and they're the last ones that turn in their count year after year after year. Here in our little county right here, well, my brother was saying, but there's millions of people in Kansas City. Yes, but there's millions of more people counting. Why does it take so long? Why does it take 2 or 3 days to turn their count in? So they can cover the spread. That's why they got to see what all the other counties turn in. They can see how much they got to overcome. And then in these big cities, they got their machines and they start pumping out ballots or whatever they do so they can win. So what I'm saying to you, if here in Missouri, Kansas City, St. Louis, Springfield, and Columbia wait 2 or 3 days to turn in their count, you wait too. Why do they get to see your numbers? So I'm just saying, in these states in Pennsylvania, in these states in Georgia, in these states in Michigan, in these states like Arizona, in these states like California, don't turn your votes in till whatever the law says. That's how they're cheating us. Barack Obama, they can't be stolen. It can't happen. Of course it can't, because you're stealing it. Because you got the hammer scorecard. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about, and then I'll get on to this last video that will really piss you off. Wisconsin judge denies prosecutor's request to issue an arrest warrant for Kyle Rittenhouse. What's that all about? Where did that come from out of the blue sky? Well, let me just read this to you. Uh-oh. There we go. It says, during a contentious hearing, which Wisconsin judge Bruce, this is from Blaze, I believe. Yes, Blaze News. During a contentious hearing, which Wisconsin judge Bruce Schroeder accused prosecutors of treating 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse different than any other criminal defendant, the judge curtly denied the prosecution's motion to issue a new arrest warrant for the accused teen or increase his bail. The judge further appeared sympathetic to the defense's arguments, pleas that revealing Rittenhouse's physical address would put him in jeopardy, and apparently cut off prosecutors in mid-sentence, abruptly ending the hearing when they attempted to argue that the public has a right to know that Rittenhouse is staying while he awaits trial. Okay. Prosecutors first sought to have Rittenhouse bail revoked earlier this month, and they discovered that he was not living in the address listed on his pretrial release form and had not notified either prosecutors or the court of the change of address. They also sought to have the bail increased, apparently incensed that internet fundraising, yes, you guys, they're just upset that you guys raised money, and had managed to raise enough money for the hefty $2 million price tag for Rittenhouse pretrial release. Rittenhouse lawyers argued, plausibly, that Rittenhouse didn't wish to have his true address appear on public records because numerous threats have been made against his life. Schroeder conceded during the hearing that Rittenhouse was in technical violation of the conditions of his bail, but noted that this particular infraction was a common one, and that he'd never ordered a criminal defendant jailed for failing to notify the court of the address change. He further ordered that Rittenhouse lawyers reveal Rittenhouse's current physical address to the court, but agreed to withhold the information from the prosecutor's office, leading the prosecutors to exclaim, "I hope you're not suggesting sharing this information with our office would lead to further violence. We're not the public. We're a prosecuting agency. I've never heard of a situation where the information was being withheld from my office." Schroeder retorted that Rittenhouse had been present for all of his pretrial hearings, and there was no apparent danger that he would not be present for trial, and that if he violated his bail further, his address would be shared with the sheriff's department. When prosecutors attempted to argue the point further, a visibly unimpressed Schroeder cut them off in mid-sentence and ended the online hearing. The prosecutors in this case wanted to get that information out to their people so they could cause harm. That's the only reason to have that information. They were incensed that this judge slapped them down and said, "You don't need this information. This little kid's life's in jeopardy." All he did was defend himself. That's not what the judge said. Those are my words. I think that when this finally gets to a trial of real human beings sitting in a jury, that this thing is going to get thrown out farther and faster than anything you could ever imagine. This kid's going to get set free because he didn't do anything but defend himself. But they want to make an example of him. How dare you defend yourself against our mobs, just like they're doing with the president. They want to make an example of him. The only reason that they're doing this is because the president never conceded, because the election was stolen, period. And one more thing, this government, this faux Chinese infiltrated government has been out with these 52 or 55 executive orders. Everything they're doing is to punish you. You hear me? Trolls? How you like it? How's it working out? How's the gas prices creeping up for you? And there's other things going on. It's going to cost you more for everything you do. Oh, yeah. And how you like that stimulus package you're going to get? First thing on my desk. No, the first thing they're trying to do is get rid of the orange bad guy. They ain't done nothing for you, have they? Where's that money you were promised? Vote for me, and I'll give you your money. Yeah. Well, if that doesn't piss you off, this one should piss you off even further. Just watch this video right here. This video was sent to me by a zillion people. Brad played it on his last night. Go ahead and play this. Oh, wait, I got you muted. Here goes. Keep going.
The farm. So, I went to the pharmacy to go get Hayden's insulin filled today. And I want to tell you something. Hayden has type 1 diabetes. He goes through a month of this insulin. He goes through a box of this insulin. It's Novolog. Every single month. Now, there are a lot of people with diabetes who go through multiple boxes of this insulin per month. Because we eat most of the time low carb, he requires less of this. In 2020, when Trump was president, our monthly payment for Hayden's insulin, and insulin is not a negotiable product. It's a product that Hayden will be dependent on for the rest of his life in order to stay alive. It's not rationable. Like, you can't ration it in order to make it go longer. You guys, I'm going to cry. Not so much for Hayden, because we can absorb this cost. Last year under Trump, our insulin payment went to $60 a month for this box. This is the first time I got this insulin prescription filled since Biden was inaugurated into office. And if you voted him in, I'm a little mad today. I'm a little mad. Because I went to the window of the pharmacy and they said, we set it aside because it's really expensive. Now, I love our pharmacists, but I'm like, what do you want me to do about that? Like, do you want me to say, well, we'll just pass on it for a month? We can't pass on it. We are stuck. We are stuck as a family who doesn't go to the doctor because we see how the system operates. I just was at the dentist getting a crown replacement, and the dentist and I were talking about what a screw job insurance is, because we see it as providers, as people who work with insurance companies, as business owners in the healthcare profession. We see what a screw job it is. Do you know how much I paid for this one box of insulin? I paid $328 for this one box of insulin that lasts him a month. I paid $328. And that was with the coupon from the company. Do you know how much I would have paid without the coupon? $500. I would have paid $500 for this one box of life-saving insulin for my son, which, by the way, costs pennies for the manufacturers to make. And I see you guys saying you're sorry, but sorry is not enough, you guys. And if you think that this is just the story of my family and what Biden has in store, you are so blind. You are so blind. He is so corrupt. He is costing tens of thousands of people their livelihoods. This is not my president. He is an evil man. He is an evil, evil man. I don't want you to hold my hand and cry with me. I want you to get pissed off. I don't want you to cry. I want you to get pissed off. I want you to speak out. I want you to rebel. I want you to say this is not okay in our country. There's so much apathy, and so many people are brainwashed. Turn off your television sets. Turn off your television sets. They are lying to you. They are deceiving you. They are fear-mongering you into compliance. And it is my family and the families like my family that are going to be the first ones in line. And I want you to take a good look at who Biden is putting into his cabinet, into positions of power. They are among the most criminal, corrupt, awful people who sell out our nation. He put people in charge of our medical world who said, the guy that he put at the top of our medical is on record saying if you are 75 years old, you are good to go to pasture and die because you've proven your worth. They define the worthiness of humans. Do you understand that? They define the worthiness of humans and who is viable for life. And this is what they do. They cut off things that people need for life. And I'm telling you, if you have a child with special needs in the era of Biden, they are worthless. My son and my mom with diabetes are worthless to Biden. They are worthless. Their lives are meaningless. So once again, I'm going to say, enough being sad. I am sad, but more than that, I am so angry. I'm so angry. And I'm angry at those of you, not you, those of us who continue to be brainwashed and are not awake and do not see what is happening and do not understand that our country is a country that was founded for the people by the people. Not for the tyrant with a pen that writes executive orders in his hand. We, the people, need to start being the people. We need to start saying no. Did you see South Dakota and North Dakota are starting to say, we are not going to be ruled under the executive order. Every state needs to do that. Iowa, you need to do that. Every state. And you know what's going to make that happen? When we, the people, say, we will not be governed by a tyrant. We will not. We will not. We need to wake up. I am angry at my local medical community. I am angry at Sanford Health System. If you saw the way that our family and multiple other families were treated, you would be so angry. Angry is not a bad emotion when it is righteous anger and when people's lives are being shot to poo. We have a reason to be angry. But that angry is meant to be put us into action, not apathy, not to roll over and die. And so for every single one of you who are Christians, every single one of you who are my neighbors, who see the corruption and say, oh, well, wait until 2 years from now. Oh, well, wait until 4 years from now until we have another election. Wake up. This election was stolen. There is evidence right before your eyes that it was stolen from we the people. And this dictator put himself into office, and have you even heard him speak? He's a bumbling fool whose mind is gone, which tells us that someone else is in charge. There are those of you who are family members on here, and I know you've disagreed with me about politics, but do you think that Hayden's insulin should cost $500 a month? Do you think anybody should have to pay $500 a month for one box? I am so mad. I am so mad. Get mad. Get mad and then move into action. All right, enough. I know I'm yelling, but when you go to the pharmacist and they put the medicine aside because they know that it costs so much, come on. These days are evil, and it's going to be the people. It's going to be the people with the Holy Spirit in them that says, this is not how we roll. Anybody who wants to meet with me for coffee and to tell me how I'm a conspiracy theorist, you look at this box of insulin and you tell me that I'm a conspiracy theorist. You look at this box of insulin. Enough said.
All right. That don't fire you up. Your wood's wet. That's all there is to it. We, the people, they got fences. You heard that video I played a few minutes ago. It said that because Donald J. Trump won't concede this election, that's why the fences are around. No. The fences are around the Capitol because they're scared to death of this video and the millions like this video. Understand that before Donald Trump signed his executive order to lower the prices, because Congress wouldn't do a damn thing about it, So they had to sign an executive order, excuse me. Joking on myself. He signed an executive order. It was $1,500 a box for that insulin. Before President signed an executive order, Joe Biden rescinds that executive order, and immediately the price starts going up. Now, let me ask you a question. Why? Why would Joe Biden do this? If it's good for the American people, why wouldn't he leave it alone? I'll tell you why. Take a look who runs the company. Take a look who runs the company and her connections to the Biden administration. And how much money she gives to the Biden administration, to the DNC. The DNC, we're the party of the little people, of the unions. BS. Look who supports them. The billionaires and the billionaires. And you're just in the way. You're an afterthought. You're a problem. You're the reason why they can't have all their power. My wife says she wants to say something. She's upset, so let her say something. Go ahead.
All right. I will probably lose my job over this.
Just don't tell them where you work.
I work where people come to get their house supplies. And since the executive orders have been put into place, I have turned people away with life-saving insulin because they can't afford it, because they're on budgets. We're talking your elderly. We're talking people that can't get their children medicine. This is not just this one woman. This is multiple times a day, every day. People turn away because the government says that they must have insurance. And the over-the-counter has jacked the price up. And the medical companies don't make a generic. And the generics are $1,500, $2,000. You guys understand? They are doing the same to everybody that is on these life-saving medicines. They are going to die because the government sees them as not viable. And then they can use their vote because they're dead. Because that's what they do.
People ought to be upset about this. People ought to be. Look, this is what they want. They want you to go broke. They want you to go broke so then you can come to government and be saved. Get on there, won't be Obamacare, it'll be Biden Kamala care. And you get on that, and then you can get your stipend of insulin. And then they'll say, oh, well, man, really, gee whiz, we wish we could give you your insulin. There's just not enough to go around. So we've determined that you're not qualified. How do you get qualified? You got to be part of the party, you see. If you're not part of the party, well, we looked at your social media and, well, your social credit score isn't high enough for you to get insulin. Got to get in line. That's where we're at, folks. But before I get off here, let me remind you of something that's very important. God is in control of this. God said he's going to do something about this. But let me tell you something, Christian. If you're not hitting your knees and fighting this war, that's where you fight this war. We don't battle against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. And it's the Christians hitting their knees and then standing up and saying, no, we ain't going to take this anymore. Those fences around the Capitol are for you because they're scared of you. 75 million Americans, minus the 10 or so million that was subtracted from the vote, voted for Donald Trump. And they know it. And they know it. That's why they got a House bill to get rid of your guns. That's why they got a court hearing before the Supreme Court coming up in a week or so to say they could take your guns without a warrant. They know it. They know. They know. They're scared to death. They have a God-given fear of what's coming. And it is coming. God is coming to save this country. I'm telling you, I feel it. I know it's going to happen. You listen to the prophet. Go back and watch the video I did a couple days ago of Kim Clement's prophecies. It's coming. The fall is coming. These people cannot stand and spit in the eye of God. They cannot stand and say that God isn't real and that they are God and that their government is God, and they can worship and they can do the things that they do. They can destroy the lives of these children. They can do all the evil things that they do, and I'm not going to mention them all because you know what I'm talking about. God is in control, and God's going to bring this down. I said it before, I'll say it again. It isn't Donald Trump. It isn't number 17. It isn't the military. It isn't the Space Force. It isn't some agency. It isn't some clandestine group of people. It's going to be the God of the universe who says enough. And when he does, we will all shout in victory. Christian, get on your knees and pray. Get on your knees and pray hard. Pray from this day forward. Fast and pray. Fast and pray. God is calling us to fast and pray. Fast and pray. I don't know when it's happening. I don't know how it's happening. I don't know. I just know that my God will not let this stand. These people, they hate you. They hate me. And they hate the Lord Jesus Christ. And that's what this is all about. Please share this video. Lots of people need to see this. Lots of people need to get upset. Lots of people need to stand up and say, we're mad as hell and we ain't taking this no more. And then lots of people need to hit their knees right now. Share this video. You guys have a great day. I'm going to go to work now and go give my wife a hug. She probably needs one.